Hey guys, Derek here, and we're going to talk about diet soda and what's the skinny on diet soda. So, one of the things that happens in my studio when clients come in, often the client will have a love affair, you could say, with diet pop or diet soda. A lot of us, myself included, think that getting less calories from diet soda is probably better for us than drinking real pop. Um, Obviously, it's better not to have either of them in your diet. But we get sold in the mass media that diet pop is okay for you just because of the calorie count, and it's 0 calories. It's not going to hurt me, but there's a lot of chemicals, aspartame being one of them, different types of sugars or sugar substitutes that they put in, and we're going to go through that, a few studies as to what that looks like and what it can do to your body. And that is absolutely one of the first things I work with my clients when they walk through the door. If they drink a lot of diet pop or diet soda, I take that out of the diet right away. It's always baby steps. We take one piece of the puzzle at a time and work on it. But if that is the glaring opportunity when I see their food tracking, it's not take out the pizza. It's not get rid of processed foods. It's get rid of the pop. Absolute first thing. So let's go through why that is so important when it comes to weight loss in your lifestyle. Okay. So what's the skinny on diet soda? Let's have a look here. Diet sodas equal weight gain. So we're going to go through a few studies, which is awesome because it gives you some hard data. So in a recent 10-year study, they followed 474 diet soda drinkers, okay, between the ages of 65 and 74. And that's a long period, obviously, to do a study. But what they found is they gained 70% more around the waist, which is the worst place to gain it, than people who didn't drink diet soda or diet pop. So the news doesn't end there, though. Those who drank 2 or more a day experienced waist growth, circumference of the waist, 5 times faster. It's insane. So if you're drinking 1, you're already going to gain 70% more weight in the waist, which is terrible. If you drink 2 or more, it's exponential growth. Okay. With that growth, so you're putting on the weight, you're drinking your diet soda, you're going to have all kinds of other problems and conditions start to pop up. So you're going to have heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and other chronic medical conditions. Okay. Again, that's not the end of what happens. So in another study, they found that diet sodas contribute to weight gain in another way. So aspartame and other sweeteners raise blood sugar levels just like sugar, so you're not winning there. Okay, so it can cause lots of stuff like diabetes and whatnot. What it also does is it messes up your brain signals. So your brain doesn't realize that you're full when you're, especially with aspartame. So you're constantly feeling hungry when you're drinking diet pop. Well, what do you think that does? Obviously, you're drinking diet pop. It's already putting the weight on you. You're never feeling hungry, so your appetite's always up. So you're going to continue to eat. So it's a double whammy. Okay, so that's one piece of the puzzle. I hope that makes sense. Let's move on to the next one. So obviously, if you're gaining all the weight and you're doing all these things with your diet pop, diet soda, you're going to have a higher risk for heart attack and stroke. Okay, so let's take a look at another study that was conducted on 2,500 people over a 9-year period. Found that those who drank at least one diet soda a day were 48% more likely to have a stroke or a heart attack compared to those who rarely drank diet soda or diet pop. Interestingly, in the same study, they had people just drinking regular pop, and they didn't have these challenges. There were no cardiovascular conditions. So the link, if you look into that, has to be the artificial sweeteners. Okay, so there's so many things that they do. Aspartame is always under the microscope. It's having all kinds of problems, causing all kinds of problems that we don't even know of. Okay, so something to consider. If you absolutely have to drink pop, like a lot of my clients, they've been drinking diet soda and diet pop for 10 years, and just to take it out cold turkey is extremely challenging for them, especially when we're making other changes, lifestyle modifications. So what I do is a lot of times I'll tell them, just cut down your volume of how much you drink, because some are drinking 3 and 4 a day, and introduce one can of real sugar-laden pop, and it makes a big difference, and eventually we can wean them off. Okay, but they don't have all those other challenges that aspartame and all these other sweeteners cause. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. I don't know if you knew this. I didn't know this. Diet sodas cause kidney problems. Okay, again, very likely due to the sweeteners. Um, and again, this is another study found that drinking diet soda may, although it does lower caloric intake, it does double, get that, double your risk for developing kidney problems. Research found that women who drank 2 or more diet sodas a day lost 30% of their kidney function during the study. It also showed that drinking less than 2 diet beverages a day does not seem to have a negative effect. So 2 or more really hammers your body. Less than that didn't have that effect for the kidneys. Okay, and this is, we're just speaking the kidneys alone. In the last 20 years, the diagnosis of kidney disease in the U.S. has doubled. So diet pop intake and diet soda intake consumption has gone through the roof because the media and all these big companies told this as, oh, it's low on calories, it's good for you. Okay, so there's just some good examples. These are just some really simple studies that are done on diet pop and why it's bad for you. And I think that most people are starting to understand that the diet pop is not good for them, but it's good to understand why, what it does. Okay, so let's look at what you can do. So baby steps, like I said with my client base, it's always one day at a time, one thing at a time. The glaring opportunities, start with that. So if you drink a lot of diet pop right now and you have a weight challenge and you're trying to lose weight, that is going to be your absolute number one key to make a difference in your life. Okay, make the small changes. No need to go cold turkey. If you're drinking 3 a day, drop it to 2. Next week after that, drop it to 1. Next week after that, drink 1 real pop. After that, 1 week after that, so now we're a month into this, the big change, drink half a can and then drop it out completely. And you know, some people are really good at going cold turkey, some people aren't. So just do the best that you can with what you're able to do. Okay, and when you slip up, just get back on track. You had the Diet Coke, you're out with your friends in the evening, you had your diet pop and whatever else, and you're feeling bad and you feel like you fell off the wagon. Don't beat yourself up. Just get back on. You know, clean it up for the next day. It's a good analogy that a good friend of mine, David Lee, gave me. He said, when you're on an airplane and you're flying to a certain destination, the pilot and the ground crew in the tower have that plane off course 95% of the time. It's always auto-correcting, adjusting the flight path of the plane. It's never just point A to point B 100% on target. But you always, always, always get to the city that you're supposed to in your final destination, unless something drastically goes wrong. So, same thing in your lifestyle and fitness. It's a long journey. Think of it as an overseas flight. You're constantly auto adjusting, auto correcting. You're never going to be on target 100% of the time. Nobody does. I don't. But try for 80%. And when you do fall off course, auto adjust, go back on course. Hope that makes sense. That's it for today. Cut the diet pop out of your diet soda as soon as you can. All right, guys, take care.